I never thought the man who destroyed my life would be the one begging me to save his. When Luca Moretti was dragged into my courtroom in handcuffs, I should have recused myself immediately. But the gunfire that shattered my windows changed everything. The same man who walked out on me 8 years ago was suddenly throwing his body over mine and my daughter, protecting us from bullets meant for him. What he didn't know was that the little girl he was shielding had his eyes, his stubborn chin, and his DNA running through her veins. As Victor's threats escalated and safe houses became our only refuge, I realized the biggest danger wasn't the assassins hunting us. It was falling for the father of my child all over again, knowing he'd probably leave us both behind to keep us safe. Subscribe and tell me in the comments if you've ever had to choose between safety and the one person who could destroy you completely. I pull my coat tighter as rain drums against the diner windows. The clock reads 11:47 p.m. My shift ends in 13 minutes. Naima, table 6 needs their check, Rosa calls from behind the counter. I grab the receipt and walk over. The man at table 6 has been nursing the same coffee for 2 hours. His eyes track my movements. I've seen him here 3 times this week. Here you go, I said, setting down the check. He doesn't look at it. You work late every night? Just Thursday through Sunday. I keep my voice steady. Will there be anything else? Maybe I'll see you around. My stomach tightens. I walk back to the counter without responding. Rosa watches me count my tips. That guy giving you trouble? He's harmless. I don't believe it myself. I finish cleaning my section and grab my purse. Amara sleeps curled in the back booth where I left her. She's 7 years old and shouldn't have to spend her nights in a diner. But my day job at the courthouse doesn't cover rent. Come on, sweetheart, I whisper, shaking her shoulder gently. She opens her dark eyes. Time to go? Night court. You remember what we talked about? Amara nods and slides on her jacket. She never complains about these late nights. That worries me more than anything. We walk to my beat-up Honda in the rain. I check the mirrors before starting the engine. The same dark sedan sits 3 cars back. It's been following us for a week. My hands shake as I pull out of the parking lot. The sedan follows at a distance. Mama Naima, why do you keep looking behind us? Amara asks. Just being careful, baby. The courthouse looms ahead through the rain. I park in the lot and squeeze Amara's hand. Remember the rules? Stay quiet. Sit still. Don't talk to strangers. Good girl. We hurry through the metal detector as thunder rolls overhead. The night court hallway smells like disinfectant and old coffee. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. Our footsteps echo against the tile floor. I sign in at the security desk. Officer Martinez waves us through. Quiet night so far, Judge Carter. I'm not a judge, just a magistrate, I said. But thank you. Amara settles into her usual chair in the back of the courtroom. She pulls out a coloring book and stays silent. She's learned to be invisible in places like this. The bailiff brings me tonight's case files. 3 drunk and disorderly charges. 1 domestic dispute. 1 organized crime defendant. The last file makes my breath catch. Luca Moretti. Racketeering charges. The doors open. Deputies escort in a man with dark hair and broad shoulders. He wears a perfectly tailored suit despite the handcuffs. I look up. Our eyes meet. The world stops. Luca Moretti stands 10 feet away. The man who walked out of my life 8 years ago. The man I loved. The man I never told about Amara. His face shows nothing, but something shifts in his expression when he sees me. Memories flood back. His hands in my hair. His laugh in the morning. The way he said my name when he thought I was sleeping. Your Honor, are you ready to proceed? The bailiff asks. I force myself to speak. I need to recuse myself from this case. Ma'am? I have a conflict of interest. Call Judge Morrison for standby duty. Luca's eyes find mine again. He knows exactly what kind of conflict. The bailiff reaches for his radio. Before he can speak, glass explodes. Gunfire erupts outside the courthouse doors. I throw myself toward Amara. She screams as I pull her down behind the bench. More shots crack against the reinforced glass. A spiderweb spreads across the window 6 inches from where we were sitting. Deputies shout orders. Someone calls for backup. Luca moves fast despite the handcuffs. A man in an expensive coat appears beside him with keys. The cuffs fall away. Enzo, Luca says quietly. The man nods. His eyes scan the room with military precision. Another window webs under gunfire. I press Amara's face against my shoulder so she can't see. Luca crosses the room in 3 strides. He slides over the bench and covers us with his body. Stay down, he says. His voice is exactly the same. Get away from us, I said. A bullet winds off the marble column beside us. Luca doesn't move. The shooter's across the street, Enzo calls. Black sedan, 2 men. My stomach drops. The car that's been following us. This isn't about you, Luca says quietly. Someone wanted to make sure you couldn't be my judge tonight. You're wrong. Am I? Sirens wail in the distance. The gunfire stops. Luca pulls back, but stays close. When did they start following you? I don't know what you're talking about. Naima. His voice is gentle. Look at me. I meet his eyes. Amara trembles against my side. How long? He asks again. A week, I whisper. Something dark crosses his face. He stands and helps me to my feet. You need to leave. Now. The police will handle this. The police aren't coming fast enough. Through the broken window, I see the black sedan pulling away. No lights, no sirens in pursuit. Chief Judge Ward rushes into the courtroom. She's 60 years old and has been working nights for 20 years. Naima, are you hurt? We're fine. I'm sending you home with a police escort. This is obviously connected to the Moretti case. Luca steps forward. Your Honor, with respect, a police escort won't be enough. And you would know? I would. Judge Ward's face hardens. Mr. Moretti, you're under arrest for... The charges were dropped an hour ago. Enzo interrupts smoothly. Federal Prosecutor's Office. Lack of evidence. He hands her official paperwork. She scans it quickly. This doesn't change anything, she says to me. You're going home. I'll call in Judge Morrison. The escort car, Luca says. Where is it? We wait 15 minutes. No police car arrives. Rain pounds against the broken windows. Amara hasn't spoken since the shooting started. I have a secure vehicle outside, Luca offers. Bulletproof glass, trained driver. Absolutely not. Naima, no. Judge Ward checks her phone. The escort is delayed. Priority call across town. How convenient, Enzo mutters. Another 15 minutes pass. Still no police. Amara tugs on my sleeve. I want to go home. My heart breaks. She's scared and tired, and this is my fault. The offer stands, Luca says quietly. Judge Ward looks at the broken glass, at the empty parking lot, at my 7-year-old daughter who shouldn't be here. Take it, she says. I'll handle the paperwork. Judge Ward. That's an order, Magistrate Carter. Through the window, a black SUV glides into the parking lot. The windows are tinted dark. It stops directly in front of the courthouse entrance. Enzo nods. That's ours. I look at Amara. She's pale and shaking. I look at Luca. He waits for my decision without pushing. One ride home, I said. That's all. One ride home, he agrees. But we both know I'm lying. The SUV is warm and quiet. Bulletproof glass blocks the sound of rain. Amara slides across the leather seat. Luca sits near the door, giving us space. Address? The driver asks. I give him my apartment complex. 20 minutes across town. Enzo sits up front, watching mirrors and checking his phone. He's different from the criminals I see in court. Disciplined. Professional. How do you know it was about the trial? I ask Luca. Because Victor Dragan wants me dead, and he knows the fastest way to get to me is through people I care about. You don't care about me. He doesn't answer. Amara has been quiet too long. I check her forehead for fever. I'm okay, she whispers. The car swerves around debris in the road. Amara slides sideways. Luca catches her before she falls. She doesn't pull away. You're safe now, he says gently. Amara studies his face. Are you the bad man? Sometimes. Not tonight. She nods as if this makes perfect sense. My chest tightens. Amara has never trusted men easily. Her father left before she was born. The few men I've dated scared her. But something about Luca feels familiar to her. Because he is familiar. We're here, the driver announces. My apartment building sits dark and empty. Half the streetlights are broken. This isn't safe, Enzo says. It's what I can afford. Luca studies the building. The broken lock on the front door. The gang tags on the walls. You'll stay at my estate tonight. No, Naima. I said no. A red laser dot crawls across the SUV's windshield. Enzo slams the car into reverse. Gun it, he shouts. We speed away from my building. The laser follows us for 3 blocks before disappearing. My hands shake. Amara presses against my side. They were waiting for us, I said. Yes. At my home. Yes. I close my eyes. Drive to your place. Luca's estate sits behind 12-foot walls and electronic gates. Cameras track our approach. The house is enormous. Stone and glass and soft lighting. How much blood money built this? I ask. Less than you think. More than I wish. A woman in her 50s opens the front door. She wears simple clothes and has kind eyes. Rosa de Luca, she says. I keep house for Mr. Moretti. This is Naima and Amara, Luca says. Rosa nods. I've prepared the guest wing. We're only staying 1 night, I said quickly. Rosa glances at Luca. Something passes between them. Of course, she says. We follow her through marble hallways lined with art. Everything is expensive, but not flashy. Tasteful. Quiet. Are you hungry? Rosa asks Amara. Amara nods shyly. I'll bring up some soup. The guest wing has 2 bedrooms and a sitting area. The furniture is soft and comfortable, nothing sharp or threatening. Amara explores the space while I set ground rules. We stay together. We don't touch anything. We leave first thing in the morning. Understood, Luca says. I'm serious. I know you are. Rosa returns with soup and sandwiches. Amara eats quietly while watching Luca from the corner of her eye. Thank you, I tell Rosa when Amara finishes. It's no trouble. Will you need anything else tonight? No, we're fine. Rosa nods and leaves. I tuck Amara into the guest bed. She's exhausted, but fighting sleep. Is the bad man coming here? She asks. No, baby, we're safe. Is Luca really bad? I pause. It's complicated. He has sad eyes. Children see things adults miss. Amara has always been perceptive. Get some sleep. I kiss her forehead and turn off the lights. Luca waits in the sitting area. He's taken off his jacket and loosened his tie. We need to talk, I said. I know. Not here. Amara might wake up. He leads me to a balcony overlooking the river. The city sparkles in the distance. 8 years, he says. 8 years. You look exactly the same. You look older. He does. Lines around his eyes, gray touches at his temples. The weight of his choices shows on his face. Why did you leave? I ask. You know why. Tell me anyway. Luca leans against the railing. Because you deserved better than a man who might not come home. That was my choice to make. No, it was mine. The silence stretches between us. Rain patters on the garden below. You could have called? I said. Would it have mattered? Yes. He turns to face me. I thought about you every day. My breath catches. Don't. I thought about your laugh, the way you made coffee too strong, how you hummed when you thought no one was listening. Luca, stop. I thought about the morning I left, how you didn't cry, how you just said goodbye and went to work. Because crying wouldn't have changed anything. No, it wouldn't have. A phone buzzes. He checks the screen. Enzo, he says, answering. What is it? I can't hear the other side of the conversation, but Luca's face hardens. When? He asks, more talking. Double the perimeter. I want eyes on every approach. He ends the call. What's wrong? Victor's people tested our back fence an hour ago. Motion sensors picked them up. Fear cuts through me. They followed us here. They were already watching my place. They knew you'd end up here eventually. How could they know that? Luca doesn't answer, but his eyes find mine, because he would always protect me. Even after 8 years, even after I walked away. Victor knows that about him. I need to call Judge Ward, I said. Tomorrow. It's past midnight. She needs to know I'm safe. She needs to know you're alive. There's a difference. He's right. I hate that he's right. An envelope slides under the balcony door. Neither of us touched it. Luca draws a gun I didn't know he was carrying. He nudges the envelope open with his foot. Inside is a photograph. Me leaving the courthouse 3 hours ago. Amara beside me. On the back, someone has written, "Return what's mine, or I take what's yours." What does Victor think you took? I ask. Territory, money, respect. Luca crumples the photo. It doesn't matter. This isn't about business anymore. Then what's it about? You. The word hangs between us, heavy with truth. Luca's phone rings again, a number he doesn't recognize. Answer it, I said. He puts it on speaker. Moretti. You cost me $10 million, a man's voice says. Russian accent, controlled anger. Victor. I want compensation. Then take it up with the feds. They're the ones who seized your shipment. Victor laughs, cold and sharp. You think this is about money? I think you're a dead man who doesn't know it yet. Look on your balcony, Luca. We freeze. I see her. Pretty judge. Pretty little girl. My blood turns to ice. Touch them, and I'll kill everyone you've ever met, Luca says quietly. Big words from a man with so much to lose now. The line goes dead. Luca grabs my hand. Inside. Now. We rush into the sitting room. He checks the locks and draws the curtains. Pack whatever you brought, he says. We're moving to the main house. Why? Because this building has too many windows. I wake Amara as gently as possible. She doesn't complain when I tell her we're switching rooms. We follow Luca through underground tunnels that connect the guest wing to the main house. Motion sensors track our movement. How many people live here? I ask. Right now, 12. When necessary, 24. All armed. All loyal. He leads us to a room on the second floor. No windows, one entrance, thick walls. Rosa will bring breakfast in the morning, he says. Try to get some sleep. Where will you be? Close. He starts to leave. Amara's voice stops him. Mr. Luca? He turns. Yes? Will you stay? Just until I fall asleep? Luca glances at me. I nod. He sits on the floor beside the bed. Amara settles under the covers. Tell me a story, she says. I don't know any good stories. Rosa knows lots of stories about knights and dragons. Rosa tells better stories than I do. But you're here now. Something shifts in his expression. Gentle surprise. He tells her about a brave princess who saved her kingdom. His voice is soft and patient. Nothing like the man who threatened Victor 20 minutes ago. Amara's breathing deepens. She sleeps. Luca stands quietly. He starts for the door. She doesn't usually trust strangers, I said. He pauses. She's not wrong to trust me. Isn't she? Not where you're concerned. He leaves without another word. I lie awake, listening to Amara breathe. Thinking about the man who left me 8 years ago. The man who's risking his life to protect us now. The man who doesn't know Amara is his daughter. Dawn filters through the curtains when Rosa brings coffee and fresh clothes. Amara sits up, rubbing her eyes. Good morning, little one, Rosa says gently. Are you hungry? Amara nods. She's more relaxed than she was last night. Pancakes? Yes, please. Rosa smiles. Mr. Moretti is waiting downstairs. He wanted to know if you slept well. I follow Rosa to the kitchen. Luca stands at the stove, turning pancakes. He's traded his suit for jeans and a dark sweater. You cook? I ask. Rosa taught me. Said I'd starve otherwise. He plates the pancakes and sets them in front of Amara. She takes a careful bite. They're good, she says. Rosa's recipe. I just follow orders. Amara giggles. It's the first time she's smiled since the courthouse. Luca's face softens. What's funny? You don't look like someone who follows orders. Smart girl. He pours coffee for me, strong, the way I like it. He remembers. Judge Ward called. He says quietly. You're officially off the Moretti case. She wants you to take a few days off. A few days? Until Victor is handled. How long will that take? As long as necessary. I don't like his tone. Too final. What does handled mean? Luca doesn't answer. Enzo enters through the back door. His shirt is torn and he has a cut on his cheek. Problems? Luca asks. 3 cars did a drive-by at the main gate. No shots fired, just testing response time. How long? 90 seconds. Luca nods. Double the rotation. No one goes out alone. Enzo glances at me and Amara. Copy that. My chest tightens. They're watching us right now, aren't they? Yes, Luca says simply. Then let us go. This isn't our fight. It became your fight the moment Victor decided to use you as leverage. We'll go to a hotel, or my sister's house in Delaware. He'll follow you. Then what do you suggest? Stay here. Let me protect you. For how long? As long as it takes. I stand up. That's not an answer. Luca follows me to the window. Outside, men in dark clothes patrol the grounds. Victor runs drugs through the port, he says quietly. Federal agents have been building a case for 2 years. I've been helping them. You're an informant? I'm trying to get out. Clean. The information I provided led to Victor's biggest shipment getting seized. How much money? 50 million. I stare at him. You cost him $50 million? The feds cost him $50 million. I just gave them the when and where. Same thing in Victor's mind. Yes. So, this is about revenge. Partly. What's the other part? Luca turns away from the window. He thinks if he kills you, he breaks me. Makes me easier to handle. Does he? What? Break you. Luca's eyes find mine. What do you think? My breath catches. 8 years fall away. He's looking at me the way he used to, like I'm the only thing that matters. I think, I said carefully, that you're going to get us all killed. No, I'm going to keep you safe. Those aren't the same thing? They are to me. Amara appears in the doorway. She holds a small toy car in her hands. I found this under the couch, she says. Can I play with it? Luca crouches down to her level. That's a very special car. It belonged to someone important. Who? Someone I loved very much. Amara studies his face. Where are they now? Gone. Like my daddy? My heart stops. Luca glances at me, then back at Amara. Yes, like your daddy. Amara considers this. Then she places the toy car in Luca's palm. You can have it back, she says, so you won't be lonely. Something breaks in Luca's expression, raw and unguarded. Thank you, he says quietly. Amara nods and skips away. Luca stares at the toy car. His hands shake slightly. Luca, she was going to have a baby, he says. My wife, Maria. We had names picked out, a nursery ready. I knew about Maria. He'd married her 2 years after I left. I read about her death in the newspaper. What happened? Car bomb. Meant for me. His voice breaks. She was picking out cribs. I'm sorry. Victor planted the bomb. He wanted to send a message about territory boundaries. How do you know it was him? Because he told me. At her funeral. The room goes quiet. I understand now why Luca left me 8 years ago, and why he'll never let Victor hurt us. That's why you're helping the FBI, I said. Justice isn't the same as revenge, but sometimes they overlap. Luca's phone buzzes. Text message from an unknown number. He shows me the screen. You look better behind glass. Tell your judge I'll see her soon. He has our number, I whisper. He has everything. Eyes on the courthouse, your apartment, probably your work schedule. For how long? Weeks, maybe months. My hands shake. He's been planning this. Victor doesn't do anything without a plan. Another text arrives. This time it's a photo. Amara and me leaving the diner last Tuesday night, before any of this started. He knew about us before the trial, I said. Yes. How? Luca doesn't answer immediately. How, Luca? Because I've been watching you too. The words hit me like a punch. What? Not stalking, not interfering, just checking, making sure you were okay. For 8 years? For 8 years. I back away from him. You had no right. I know. I told you to stay out of my life. I did stay out. I just made sure you were safe. That's not the same thing. No, it's not. I want to be angry. I should be furious. But part of me feels something else. Relief. Did you know about Amara? I ask. I knew you had a daughter. I didn't know when she was born. And if you had known? Luca meets my eyes. I would have come back. Even though you thought I deserved better? Especially then. A crash echoes from upstairs. Enzo's voice shouts orders. Luca draws his gun. Stay here. What's happening? I don't know. He disappears up the stairs. Rosa appears and guides me and Amara to the kitchen pantry. Just a precaution, she says calmly. We wait in the dark. Amara holds my hand but doesn't cry. 5 minutes pass. Footsteps approach. It's clear, Luca calls. We emerge from the pantry. Luca's face is grim. Perimeter alarm. False positive. Are you sure? No. Enzo enters through the back door. He carries a small device in his hand. Motion sensor from the north fence, he says. Someone cut the wire and triggered it manually. To test our response, Luca concludes. Or to see how fast we move you to a secure location. They're learning our patterns, our procedures. We need to change the game, Luca says. How? We go to them? Absolutely not, I said. Naima, we're not bait. That's not what I meant. Then what? Victor wants me to come to him, wants me scared and desperate. We give him what he expects. And then? We finish this. Enzo nods. I can set up a meet, neutral ground. No, I said firmly. We call the FBI. Let them handle Victor. The FBI has been trying to catch Victor for 5 years. Luca says. He's too careful, too connected. So you're just going to walk into his trap? I'm going to end this before he hurts you. What about Amara? Luca glances at her. She's playing quietly with blocks Rosa found for her. She'll be safe here with Rosa and the others. And if something happens to you? Then Enzo will get you both out of the country. New identities, clean start. I don't want a new identity. I want my life back. Your old life is gone, Naima. Victor made sure of that. I hate that he's right. There has to be another way. There is. You and Amara, disappear now. Tonight, I'll handle Victor alone. And never see you again. If that's what it takes. The kitchen falls silent. Amara looks up from her blocks. Are you fighting? She asks. We're having a disagreement, I said. About what? I glance at Luca. He's watching Amara with an expression I can't read. About how to keep everyone safe, I said. Amara nods. Fighting is scary, but sometimes grown-ups have to fight the bad monsters. Where did you learn that? TV. The princess always fights the dragon. And how does it end? The princess wins, then everybody's happy. If only it were that simple. Luca kneels beside Amara. What if the princess had help? From a knight who wanted to protect her? Then they could fight together. Even if it was dangerous? Amara considers this seriously. If they're brave together, they won't be scared alone. Luca's eyes find mine. Smart girl. My phone buzzes. Text from an unknown number. Pretty judge, I have something that belongs to you. Below the text is a photo. My apartment. The front door hangs open. Furniture is overturned. They broke into my place, I whisper. Luca takes the phone. His jaw tightens. Another message arrives. Missing anything important? What could they have taken? I ask. Documents, photos, anything with personal information. There's nothing valuable there. To them, everything is valuable. Bank statements, phone numbers, medical records. A third message. Your boyfriend should call me. We have business to discuss. He's escalating, Luca says. What does that mean? It means we're running out of time. Enzo's radio crackles. Movement at the south gate, 3 vehicles. No hostile action yet. Copy that, Luca responds. All units hold position. He turns to Rosa. Take them to the safe room. Lock it down. I'm not hiding in a bunker, I said. It's not a bunker. It's a reinforced office with independent communications. Same thing. Naima, please. I need to know you're protected. The fear in his voice convinces me. Not for myself, but for Amara. Fine, but I want updates every 15 minutes. Deal. Rosa leads us through another hidden passage. This one goes deeper underground. The safe room has thick concrete walls and monitors showing camera feeds from around the estate. A bank of phones connects to different emergency services. How long do we wait here? I ask Rosa. Until Mr. Moretti says it's safe. Amara explores the room. She finds a cabinet full of board games and books. It's like a secret hideout, she says. Exactly like that. I watch the monitors. Men in dark clothes patrol the grounds. They move with military precision. On one screen, I see Luca talking with Enzo near the main gate. They're planning something. Rosa, how long have you worked for Luca? 15 years. Has he always been like this? Like what? Protective, willing to risk everything for people he cares about. Rosa sits down beside me. Mr. Moretti is a complicated man. He's done things I don't approve of, but his heart is good. Even with his business, especially with his business, he protects people who can't protect themselves, keeps the real monsters from taking over. Victor is one of the real monsters? Victor is the worst kind of monster. He hurts innocents for pleasure. On the monitor, Luca disappears from view. My chest tightens. Where did he go? Rosa checks the other screens. I don't see him. Amara looks up from her coloring book. Where's Luca? He's working, I said. Will he come back? Yes, sweetheart. He'll come back. But I'm not sure I believe it myself. The lights flicker. Emergency power kicks in. What's happening? I ask. Rosa checks the monitors. Half of them show static. Someone cut the main power line. How is that possible? Victor's people are professionals. A phone rings, the one labeled direct line. Rosa answers. Yes? She listens for a moment, then hangs up. We need to move, she says. Now. Where? The tunnel to the main house, Mr. Moretti's orders. We follow Rosa through passages I didn't know existed. Emergency lighting guides our path. How extensive is this tunnel system? I ask. It connects every building on the property. Mr. Moretti's grandfather built them during Prohibition. Smart family. Paranoid family. But in this business, paranoia keeps you alive. We emerge in the main house basement. Enzo waits for us with 2 other men. Status? Rosa asks. Perimeter is breached at 3 points. They're not trying to get in yet, just testing our responses. Where's Luca? Coordinating from the study. He wants you in the main safe room. How many safe rooms does this place have? Enzo almost smiles. Enough. The main safe room is larger and more sophisticated. Banks of computers, communication equipment, enough supplies for a week. This is where we wait? I ask. This is where you wait. Enzo corrects. I'm going back to coordinate defenses. Enzo, wait. I catch his arm. How bad is this? Victor brought 20 men, professional mercenaries. How many do you have? 12 on the grounds, 6 in reserve. Those aren't good odds. Numbers aren't everything. We know this ground. They don't. And if they get inside? They won't. He sounds confident, but I see the worry in his eyes. Take care of him, I said. Always do. Enzo leaves. Rosa locks the door behind him. Amara spreads her coloring books on a table. She seems remarkably calm for a 7-year-old in a war zone. You're being very brave, I tell her. Luca said brave people help each other. When did he say that? This morning, when you were talking to Rosa. I didn't know they'd had a private conversation. What else did he say? That sometimes daddies have to go away to keep their families safe? My breath catches. Amara, did Luca say he was your daddy? No, but he has the same eyes as me. Children see everything, even things we try to hide. Sweetheart, it's complicated. Because he went away before I was born? How do you know that? Because you get sad when you look at him, like you miss him. I sit down beside her. You're very smart. Will he stay this time? I don't know. I hope he does. I like him. Me too, baby. Me too. An explosion echoes from somewhere above us. The lights flicker again. What was that? Amara asks. Rosa checks the monitors. Flashbang grenade, non-lethal. They're coming inside? They're testing the doors and windows. Mr. Moretti expected this. Another explosion, closer this time. Rosa, I need to know what's happening up there. Mr. Moretti's orders were clear. Keep you both here. Those aren't my orders. With respect, your orders don't matter right now. She's right, but I hate feeling helpless. A phone rings. Rosa answers immediately. Yes, sir. Understood. Copy that. She hangs up and turns to us. Change of plans. We're moving again. Where now? The car. Mr. Moretti wants you off the property. Why? Because Victor just called. He's not trying to break in anymore. Then what? Another explosion, much louder. The whole room shakes. He's trying to bring the house down, Rosa finishes. We grab Amara and run for the tunnel. The tunnel fills with smoke as we run. Emergency lights flicker overhead. How much further? I shout over the alarms. 200 yards, Rosa calls back. Amara stays calm in my arms, too calm for a child her age. We reach a reinforced door. Rosa punches in a code. The lock disengages. Garage? Armored garage. 3 exits. The space contains 6 vehicles, all black, all expensive. Enzo waits beside an SUV with the engine running. Get in, now. Where's Luca? Handling the situation. I want to see him. Not happening. Another explosion rocks the building. Dust falls from the ceiling. Naima, please, Rosa says gently. Trust him. I climb into the SUV with Amara. Rosa sits beside us. Where are we going? I ask Enzo. Safe house across town. Luca will meet us there. When? When this is finished. Enzo opens the garage door. Smoke drifts across the driveway. We speed through the gates and into the night. In the mirrors, I see flames rising from the estate. Is anyone hurt? I ask. Unknown, Enzo says simply. That's not an answer. It's the only answer I have. 20 minutes later, we pull into a warehouse district. Enzo parks beside a nondescript building. This is the safe house? One of them. Inside, the space is clean and functional. Beds, kitchen, communication equipment. How long do we wait? I ask. Until Luca calls. And if he doesn't? Enzo doesn't answer. Amara falls asleep on the couch within an hour. The stress has exhausted her. I pace the room while Rosa makes coffee. How many safe houses does Luca have? I ask. Enough. Does he use them often? When necessary. Has he ever lost anyone he was protecting? Rosa pauses. Never. His wife? That was different. She wasn't under his protection. She was living a normal life. And that got her killed. Yes. I understand the message. Normal life is dangerous. Luca's protection is safer. But at what cost? 2 hours pass. No word from Luca. Enzo checks his phone every few minutes. His tension grows. Something's wrong, I said. Communication blackout is standard protocol. For how long? As long as necessary. I'm tired of that phrase. At 3 a.m., Rosa's phone buzzes. Text message. She reads it and relaxes slightly. They're alive. All of them? The message doesn't specify. What does it say? Package delivered. Cleaning up. That's it? That's enough. Another hour passes. Amara wakes up crying from a nightmare. The loud noises, she whispers. They're gone now, baby. Where's Luca? He'll be here soon. Promise? I promise. But I don't know if I'm lying. At 5 a.m., car doors slam outside. Enzo draws his gun and checks the monitors. It's them, he says. The door opens. Luca enters first. His shirt is torn, and he has a cut above his left eyebrow. But he's alive. Are you hurt? I ask. Nothing serious. What happened to the estate? Victor's people used military-grade explosives. Most of the guest wing is gone. And Victor? Gone? Dead? Missing. 3 of his men didn't make it out. Luca sits heavily in a chair. He looks exhausted. What now? I ask. Now we wait. Victor will regroup and try again. How long? Days, maybe weeks. We can't live like this. No, we can't. Something in his tone makes me look closer. What aren't you telling me? Victor left something behind. He hands me an envelope. My name is written on the front in careful handwriting. Inside is a single photograph. Amara and me at the diner last week. On the back, someone has written, "I know where she goes to school." My blood turns to ice. He knows about Amara's school? Probably has for weeks. We have to get her out. Already handled. Enzo called the principal. Amara is officially sick for the rest of the week. And after that? We'll see. It's not enough. Victor is targeting my daughter to get to Luca. This has to end, I said. It will. When? Soon. How? Luca doesn't answer immediately. Luca, how? Victor wants a meeting, face to face. That's a trap. Of course it's a trap. Then why? Because it's also an opportunity. I don't like where this is going. What kind of opportunity? To finish this permanently. You mean kill him? I mean protect you. Those aren't the same thing. They are to me. We're back to the same argument. Luca willing to die to protect us. Me unwilling to let him. There has to be another way. Name one. FBI witness protection. New identities for all of us. For how long? The rest of your lives? If necessary. And Amara grows up knowing her father died because I was too proud to run? The words hang in the air. Father. He said it without thinking. Amara stirs on the couch. She's been listening. You're my daddy? She asks quietly. The room goes silent. Luca looks at me. I look at Amara. Yes, I whisper. He's your daddy. Amara sits up. She studies Luca's face with new understanding. Why did you go away? I thought it was safer for you and your mama. But it wasn't? No, it wasn't. Amara considers this. Then she climbs off the couch and walks to Luca. Are you going away again? I don't want to. Then don't. It's not that simple, sweetheart. Why not? Children see the world in simple terms. Stay or go, safe or scared, love or leave. Because there are bad people who want to hurt us, Luca explains. So we fight them together. It's dangerous. I'm not scared when you're here. Something breaks in Luca's expression. 8 years of guilt and regret. You should be scared, he says gently. I've done bad things. But you're protecting us now. Yes. Then you're good now. If only it were that simple. Luca looks at me over Amara's head. What do you want me to do? I want you to live for her. Even if it means running? Even if it means running. And Victor? Let the FBI handle Victor. They've been trying for 5 years. Then we give them better information. What information? Whatever you have. Financial records, communication intercepts, location data. Luca shakes his head. It's not enough. Victor is too careful. Then we make him careless. How? An idea forms. Dangerous, but possible. He wants you desperate, I said. Give him what he wants. I don't follow. Set up the meeting, but instead of walking into his trap, we set one for him. Using what bait? Me. Absolutely not. Think about it. Victor wants to break you by taking me, so we let him think he succeeded. Naima. Fake kidnapping. You lose me to Victor. He gets overconfident, makes mistakes. And if something goes wrong? Then you and Amara disappear. Start over somewhere safe. I'm not using you as bait. You're not using me. I'm volunteering. Same thing. No, it's not. We stare at each other. The same stubborn will that attracted us 8 years ago. It could work, Enzo says quietly. Stay out of this, Luca warns. Victor's weakness is his ego. He wants to humiliate you publicly, break you in front of witnesses. And? So we give him an audience, FBI surveillance, recording equipment, evidence that will put him away forever. Or get Naima killed. Not if we plan it right. Amara tugs on my sleeve. What's bait? It's when you use something the fish wants to catch them, I explain. Like cheese in a mousetrap? Exactly like that. But the cheese doesn't get hurt? No, baby. The cheese is just pretend. So you'd be pretend hurt? That's right. Amara nods as if this makes perfect sense. And then the bad man gets caught? That's the plan. I think it's a good plan. Luca looks at our daughter. 7 years old and already braver than most adults. It's too dangerous, he says finally. Everything is dangerous now, I point out. At least this way we're choosing the danger. I won't risk losing you again. You already lost me. 8 years ago, when you walked away. That was different. Was it? You made a choice about my safety without asking me, just like you're trying to do now. Luca falls silent. He knows I'm right. If we do this, he says slowly, it has to be perfect. No room for error. Agreed. And if anything goes wrong, anything, you run. Don't try to be a hero. I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm trying to be a mother. Those are the same thing sometimes. Rosa clears her throat. Mr. Moretti, there's something else. What? Victor's people didn't just hit the estate tonight. What do you mean? They also hit Judge Ward's house and Magistrate Patterson's apartment. My stomach drops. Are they hurt? Judge Ward is in protective custody. Magistrate Patterson is missing. Missing how? His apartment was ransacked. No signs of struggle. But he's gone. Victor has him? Probably. Luca's face hardens. He's collecting leverage. For what? For the meeting. He wants insurance that I'll show up. So now we have to save Patterson too. We don't know where Victor is holding him. Then we ask. Ask who? Victor, when he calls to set up the meeting. He's not going to tell us. He might, if we make it worth his while. Luca studies my face. What are you thinking? I'm thinking, I said carefully, that Victor wants to humiliate you. Public defeat. Maximum pain. And? So we offer him something better than a private execution. What could be better than that? A public trial? Where he gets to watch you testify against your own people. The room goes quiet. You want me to confess? Luca asks. I want you to offer to confess, in exchange for Patterson's release and safe passage for me and Amara. He'll never believe I'd turn informant publicly. He will, if he thinks you're broken enough. And how do I convince him of that? I take a deep breath. By telling him that you'll do anything to protect your family, including destroying everything you've built. That's not an act. I know. Our eyes meet. 8 years of separation. 8 hours of danger. And finally, the truth. I love you, I said. I never stopped. Naima, and I love our daughter, more than my own life. I know. So I'm asking you to trust me. One more time. Luca looks at Amara. She's fallen asleep against Rosa's shoulder. If this goes wrong, he says quietly, she'll lose both of us. If we don't try, she loses us anyway, one way or another. You're sure about this? I'm sure about us. Luca closes his eyes. When he opens them, his decision is made. Enzo, get me Victor's number. You're calling now? Right now, while he thinks he has the advantage. What do you want me to tell him? That Luca Moretti is ready to make a deal. Luca dials Victor's number at dawn. The safe house falls silent except for Amara's soft breathing. Victor. It's Moretti. Luca, I was wondering when you'd call. You have something I want. I have many things you want. Be specific. Judge Patterson and safe passage for my family. Victor laughs, cold and sharp. Your family, the pretty judge, and the little girl? Yes. What makes you think I have Patterson? Because you're predictable. You always collect insurance before making deals. Smart man. What are you offering? Luca takes a breath. Full cooperation. Names, locations, financial records, everything the FBI wants. In exchange for? Patterson walks free. Naima and Amara get new identities and disappear. Clean start. And you? I'll testify. Public trial. Give them everything they need to dismantle the organization. Your own people? My own people. Victor is quiet for a moment. This is very interesting, Luca. Very unexpected. Is it a deal? Perhaps, but I have conditions. Name them. First, we meet in person. I want to see your face when you beg. Where? Pier 47, Warehouse District, tomorrow night at midnight. And second, you bring the judge. I want her to witness your surrender. Luca's jaw tightens. She's not part of this. She's the reason for this. She comes or there's no deal. Victor, those are my terms. Take them or watch your world burn. The line goes dead. Luca sets down the phone. His hands shake slightly. Well? I ask. Pier 47, tomorrow night. He wants you there. Expected that. I don't like it. I know. Enzo leans forward. Pier 47 is good for us. Open space, multiple escape routes, easy for FBI to set up surveillance. How long to coordinate with the Bureau? I ask. 12 hours, maybe less if we use Luca's handler. You have an FBI handler? Agent Sarah Chen. She's been running my case for 18 months. Can we trust her? With my life, maybe not with yours. What does that mean? It means the FBI cares more about bringing down Victor than protecting witnesses. So we don't tell them everything. What do we leave out? The part where I'm supposed to be in danger. Luca frowns. They'll need to know you're coming. They'll know, but they won't know it's voluntary. I don't follow. You tell Agent Chen that Victor is forcing you to bring me, that you're scared for my safety, that you need them to prioritize my protection. And then? Then they position agents to protect me instead of just gathering evidence, which gives us more coverage. Exactly. Enzo nods slowly. It could work. Could isn't good enough, Luca says. Nothing is good enough when you love someone, I point out. There's always risk. The risk is too high. The risk of doing nothing is higher. Amara stirs and opens her eyes. Are we still talking about the mousetrap? Yes, sweetheart. Is the bad mouse very smart? Very smart. Then we have to be smarter. That's right. She sits up and rubs her eyes. Can I have breakfast? Rosa starts cooking while we plan. Amara colors at the kitchen table, listening to everything. Agent Chen, we'll want details, Luca says. Times, locations, number of people. Do we tell her about Patterson? We have to. If Victor brings him to the pier, the FBI needs to be ready. And if Victor kills Patterson before we get there? Then we abort and run. No, I said firmly. If Patterson dies, we finish this anyway. We owe him that much. Luca studies my face. You're sure about this? I'm sure. Even knowing you might not survive? Especially knowing that. Why? Because I want Amara to grow up believing her parents were brave enough to fight for what matters. Even if we're not around to see her grow up? Even then. Luca calls Agent Chen at 8 a.m. He puts the call on speaker so we can all hear. Chen. It's Moretti. Luca, we heard about the attack on your estate. Are you hurt? Scrapes and bruises. Nothing serious. And your companions? Safe for now. What do you need? Victor wants a meeting, tomorrow night. That's fast. He's escalating, has a federal judge in custody. Patterson, we've been looking for him since yesterday. Victor is using him as leverage. For what? He wants me to confess publicly, Turn over everything I know about the organization. That's what we've been asking you to do for 18 months. Victor wants it on his terms, public humiliation. I'm listening. Pier 47, midnight tomorrow. He's demanding that Magistrate Carter come with me. As what? A witness? As insurance. He knows I'll cooperate to keep her safe. We can't risk a civilian. You don't have a choice. Victor won't deal without her. Agent Chen is quiet for a moment. What kind of backup are you expecting? Full tactical support, snipers, extraction team, medical on standby. And if Victor detects our presence? Then Naima Carter and Judge Patterson die. Probably me too. How many people is Victor bringing? Unknown, but assume at least 20. All armed professionals. Jesus! Sarah, I need your word. Protecting Naima is the priority. Everything else is secondary. I can't make that promise, Luca. We've been building this case for 5 years. Then build it around keeping her alive. I'll do my best. Your best isn't good enough. It's what I can offer. Luca ends the call and throws his phone across the room. She's going to sacrifice us for the case, he says. Maybe. Or maybe she's just being honest about the risks. Same thing. No, it's not. I pick up the phone and redial Agent Chen. Chen. Agent Chen, this is Naima Carter. Magistrate Carter, are you all right? For now, I need to ask you something. What? Do you have children? A daughter. She's 12. Then you understand what I'm about to say. I'm listening. I'm going to that pier tomorrow night. Not because Victor is forcing me, because it's the right thing to do. Magistrate Carter? I'm not finished. I want your people to bring Victor down. But if you have to choose between the case and my daughter's safety, you choose my daughter. I can't guarantee. I'm not asking for guarantees. I'm asking for priorities. Your daughter won't be at the pier. She will be if something happens to me and Luca. Victor will come for her next. We won't let that happen. See that you don't. I hang up. Luca stares at me. You just threatened a federal agent. I clarified expectations. Think it worked? We'll find out tomorrow night. The rest of the day passes slowly. We review the plan a dozen times. Check equipment. Discuss contingencies. Amara seems to understand the gravity of the situation. She stays close to me and asks fewer questions than usual. At dinner, Rosa makes Amara's favorite meal, spaghetti and meatballs. Will you teach me to cook? Amara asks Rosa. When you're older. How much older? Old enough to reach the stove safely. Amara giggles. That's not very old. Older than 7. What about 8? Maybe 8. Good. I'll be 8 next month. Next month feels impossibly far away. After dinner, Luca reads to Amara while I clean the kitchen. I watch them through the doorway. He's a natural father, patient and gentle. Nothing like the dangerous man Victor fears. He's good with her, Rosa says quietly. He always would have been. You should have told him. I know. Why didn't you? Because I was scared. Of what? Of him choosing duty over family, like he did 8 years ago. And now? Now I know family is his duty. Amara falls asleep in Luca's arms. He carries her to the bedroom and tucks her in. Tomorrow, she might not have a father, he says when he returns. Tomorrow, she might not have a mother either. Are you scared? Terrified. Me too. Good. Scared people are careful people. Scared people also make mistakes. Then we'll have to be perfect. No one's perfect, Naima. Then we'll have to be lucky. I don't believe in luck. What do you believe in? Luca looks toward the bedroom where our daughter sleeps. I believe in love being stronger than fear. Even when the odds are against us? Especially then. I move closer to him. Luca? Yes? If we don't make it tomorrow night, we will. If we don't, I need you to know something. What? These have been the best 3 days of my life. Even with people trying to kill us? Because of it. Because it brought you back to me. Naima. And because it gave Amara a chance to know her father. She's going to know me for a long time. Promise? I promise. We stand together in the quiet, safe house. Tomorrow night will change everything. But right now, we're together. I love you, I said. I love you too. Since when? Since the first time I saw you in that coffee shop downtown. You were reading a law book and drinking tea that was too hot. You remember that? I remember everything about you. Even after 8 years? Especially after 8 years. He kisses me then, soft and careful and full of 8 years' worth of longing. When we break apart, my breath comes short. We should get some sleep, I said. We should, but neither of us moves. Luca? Yes? Whatever happens tomorrow, I don't regret this. Neither do I. We sleep on the couch together, holding each other, listening to Amara breathe in the next room. Tomorrow, we face Victor. Tonight, we have each other. It has to be enough. Epilogue. 6 months later. The morning sun streams through our kitchen windows as I make coffee. Strong, the way Luca likes it. Amara sits at the breakfast table, reading. She's 8 now and reads constantly. What's that one about? I ask. A girl who finds a magic door in her grandmother's house. Sounds interesting. She has to be brave to go through it. And does she? I haven't finished yet, but I think she will. Luca enters through the back door. He's been in the garden with Rosa, planting tomatoes. Any calls? He asks. Agent Chen, Victor's trial starts Monday. Are you ready? As ready as I can be. The night at Pier 47 ended differently than we planned. Victor brought 30 men instead of 20. Judge Patterson was already dead when we arrived. But Luca's wire caught everything. Victor's confession, his threats, his admission to killing Patterson and Maria. The FBI had enough evidence to arrest Victor's entire organization. Luca testified for 3 months. Full cooperation. No immunity deal. He received 5 years, minimum security, out in 3 with good behavior. Mama Naima, can we visit the horses today? Amara asks. After lunch? We bought a small farm outside the city, far from courtrooms and safe houses, close to normal life. Luca serves his sentence on weekends, work release program. He comes home every Sunday night. Daddy, will you braid my hair? Amara calls. Of course. I watch him work, careful fingers, infinite patience. You're getting good at that, I said. Rosa taught me. Where is Rosa today? Market. She's making dinner for when Enzo visits tonight. Think they'll ever admit they're dating? Rosa's too stubborn. Enzo's too respectful. They're perfect for each other. Like us? Like us. Amara runs outside to play. Luca pulls me close. Any regrets? He asks. About what? About choosing this life. Quiet. Simple. Are you kidding? Sometimes I wonder if you miss the excitement. Luca, I spent 3 days being hunted by assassins. I've had enough excitement for several lifetimes. And the courtroom? You were good at your job. I'll go back when you're finished with yours. That could be 3 years. I can wait 3 years. Are you sure? I'm sure about us. We sit on the porch and watch Amara play with the chickens. She's naming them after characters from her books. Think she remembers much about that night? Luca asks. She remembers feeling safe. That's what matters. Even though we were in danger? We were together. That made all the difference. A car approaches down our long driveway. Enzo's SUV. He's early, I said. Rosa will be pleased. Enzo parks and gets out. He carries flowers and a box of pastries from the Italian bakery in town. Uncle Enzo! Amara shouts, running to him. He lifts her in a hug. How's my favorite niece? I'm your only niece. Which makes you the favorite by default. Amara giggles and drags him toward the house to find Rosa. They're good together, Luca observes. Rosa deserves to be happy. So do you. I am happy. Are you? I look at our daughter, our home, our quiet life. Yes, I said. I'm happy. Even with all the changes, because of all the changes. Luca takes my hand. I have something for you. What? He pulls a small box from his pocket. I was going to wait until my sentence is finished. Luca, but I don't want to wait anymore. You don't have to. Yes, I do. He opens the box. Inside is a simple ring, beautiful and perfect. Will you marry me? He asks. We already decided this. That was survival. This is choice. I chose you 8 years ago. I chose you 3 days ago. I choose you now. Is that a yes? That's a yes. He slides the ring onto my finger. It fits perfectly. Amara appears in the doorway. Did Daddy ask you to marry him? Yes, he did. Did you say yes? I said yes. Good. Now we'll be a real family. We already were a real family, sweetheart. I know, but now it's official. Luca lifts her onto his lap. What do you think? Should we have a big wedding or a small one? Small? Just us and Rosa and Uncle Enzo. What about your school friends? They can come to the party after. There's going to be a party? All weddings have parties, Daddy. Don't you know anything? Luca laughs. Apparently not. It's okay. Mama Naima will teach you. I look at them, my family, perfect and imperfect and absolutely right. I love you both, I said. We love you too, Amara says. Luca's eyes find mine. Forever? Forever. Rosa calls us in for lunch. We eat together on the sun-warmed porch, talking and laughing and planning our future. No danger, no threats, no running, just us. Finally home.